when you hit the buttons. Let's see what it sounds like. Oh, sounds pretty okay. You gotta smack it like you mean it. Here, smack. When you compare it to those ones here. Oh, actually, that's louder. What was the old one? Is that louder?
About the same.
So it's about the same. And all of that. I think that one's actually the quietest. It's just like a higher pitch thing.
They're all like different pitches. You could like play a song with them.
Not bad, not bad. Hello friends, hope you're doing well. I'm real excited here in this video today. By the way, it's been a while since I used my voice, huh? Let's bring Google voice back.
Hello everyone, it's me again. Today I will be reviewing...
No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I'll use my voice. We're gonna have a look at the ZhouSensor's new, revised version. I have his original one, so if you see me play at home with the big arcade controller, and there's like a few random people asking, what controller is that? That was made by this guy, ZhouSensor. He doesn't make the original one anymore, and you would not want the original one anymore when you compare it to this new one that he has. And I'll go through some of the differences, but yeah, let's dive on into it. But before I begin, I need to just clarify that he sent me the controller for free, so that's my disclaimer. So technically this is, I guess you could say, a sponsor video, but if you trust my word, this is just going to be my honest opinion and reaction to trying out his controller here. And I have his old one too, so yeah, it's a great comparison. But yeah, let's have a look into it. First of all, great, it's compatible with the Switch and PS4. So if you want to play for Megamix, or if you want to play for PS4, the Future Tone, you just need to buy one controller, unlike Hori or iPega. Gotta buy a separate controller for that. Nope. This one is do it all. Unfortunately, it does not support the PS5, and that's not the fault of his controller. It's the fault of the Switch that is, he calls it the Brook Switch, I guess. That's the thing that makes the controller work on the PS4. Its current version does not have official support for the PS5. So what happens is if you plug into the PS5, it will detect the controller, but in 30 seconds, the PS5 is going to be like, I don't recognize this controller. This is not official. Get out. And it'll disconnect it. If you have an adapter that makes foreign controllers work universally, like my Titan one that I use to, play the Megamix iPega on my PS5, it will work with this controller, but every 5 to 10 minutes, Sony just has this really annoying security check, and it will just disconnect your controller, and then the adapter has to reconnect it. So it's like one split second of disconnect and reconnect. And you don't want that to happen in the middle of a song, so it's pretty much as good as unplayable for Project Diva. I emailed him, and he said that in the future, if they do send a new firmware update to make it compatible with PS5, then that's just going to be a free update. Otherwise, he does have plans. If worst comes to worst, it has to be like a physical replacement. That's something that just can be offered in the future. And it's fairly easy from what I saw in the instructions to swap that out. He even gives you, or at least the one that I got, a completely spare Brook Switch, just in case I guess yours breaks or whatever, so that was really nice. Anyways, let's go into the specifications. It's completely metal, so it's kind of heavy, but as you saw in the little preview, the buttons were on the original one. He had like little physical buttons that took over the side of the controller and all that stuff, making the controller bigger than it needs to be. He's gone super efficient mode. Now they're just kind of touch panel buttons right on the front, and the controller is basically only as big as it needs to be. So this is fantastic if you live in like a small apartment or you got a small room and you want to annoy the hell out of your neighbor or roommate. This is the controller to get. No worries, just pop it on your desk and go smash those buttons away. You gotta smack it like you mean it. Although I don't think it's that loud in my opinion, from what I've seen the other competitors' controllers, but it's still obviously going to be louder than like a PS4 controller, whatever. It comes with his special ZhouSensor number 6 spring, and he gives you a second set right here. That's the rated number 7. The higher the number, the heavier the spring is. So if you're real muscly, man, and you're like, number 6, too easy, and you go harder. You can swap it out for the number 7 springs, work your muscles at it. The next one-of-a-kind thing that this controller offers that no other Diva controller offers is there are no micro switches. So if you're kind of a newbie like me, which I had to learn this stuff, the micro switch is what triggers the physical buttons input to send, to the console that, hey, you press triangle. And because that's a physical switch that you're pressing down on, like on your mechanical keyboard if you got one, they have a limited amount of presses before they kind of are rated for, before they wear out. This includes all the other Diva controllers, like the iPega, his original ZhouSensor controller, and the Hori or whatever. They all use the physical switches. But this one does not. It uses a optical sensor. So there's a beam of light that will just shine right where the buttons are being pressed down. And when the buttons reach that light, that's what triggers the input. So you can go as hard as you want on the buttons. The only wear and tear is going to be if you break the buttons from smashing it too hard, like the physical button of the circle, triangle, whatever. Or if you wear out the spring somehow, which is going to be pretty tough to do. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but that's not the first thing that wears out. It's always the switches that wear out. And because of this, if we actually go to the manual here, you can actually customize how much pressure you want the buttons to be pressed down before it triggers the input. This completely changes the game for like this arcade layout. Some people, they don't have very strong arms, alright? Maybe they just don't work out or whatever, or play Diva every day, right? It's okay. Now you can just set the sensitivity to maximum so that you just barely brush the button and boom, the optical sensor is gonna detect that button press, even the slightest touch, and it triggers it. So as you can see here, you can go into the customization mode by pressing, you gotta press all the arrow keys at once, and you just like hold it for a few seconds. And then if you press R2, this is how you enable the touch slider into like this kind of special design here. You just gotta hold down like one of these buttons for a second, and then you'll see like these lines show up on the touch panel. Alright, so here's a diagram. A little bit of confusion here, but I finally figured out properly what he meant by this. So when he says the yellow is the max and min def, there's two yellow lines. It's just not showing the diagram. But the yellow on the very left is the maximum press, and there's a hidden yellow that's basically where the white is, because the white is just wherever your button is currently in its current position. So you'll actually notice, I got a video here, as you press the button down during this mode, you can see the white line move around to kind of give you an idea what depth that button's at. And once you move it, you can see the other yellow line is actually just hiding in the original spot of the white line. So yeah, it means if you want, the trigger of the input to occur as early as possible, then you would want to move the blue line to the far right. And I had it backwards. I thought the far left was the most sensitive, so I've been playing everything actually on the most pressure required, but it's fine. It's still, in my opinion, not that bad. If not equal or easier than the his original version with the mechanical switch when I was playing on maximum def. But yeah, I just found that pretty funny that I was playing it backwards, and I thought it was still easy. So another thing that he's designed that this controller has, that no other Diva arcade controller has, is that he's made it, you can basically macro the touch panel part of the controller to do a quad, which means that you can maintain your holds at the controller player level. Because basically, if you were trying to compete in the leaderboards for arcade players using only 4 buttons plus sliders, there's no way that they can be controller players with the 8 buttons plus 4 macroable slots to basically get perfect hold points. Although it's not perfect, it's something at least. You would basically press down, let's say, the circle hold. I got a little clip here from his own demonstration on his YouTube channel. He basically holds the holds down and then uses a free finger to tap the slider and just keep it there. And he can now let go of the buttons and just continue playing like normal while the holds keep racking up. So for any control players that are gonna call this cheating, I don't know what to say except that you got 8 buttons and 4 macroable bumpers and triggers. So okay. Anyways, I personally don't use this one because I just prefer, I'm playing arcade format to simulate the arcade experience. So this is just a really nice bonus, not necessary to have, but it's a really great thing if you want to play with it for sure. But yeah, let me show you guys my clips here of me playing with the controller, and let me discuss the price with you after. I feel like a salesman here. there you have it, my review, and had a great time playing the controller. I'm going to be playing it lots more too. So here's a quick summary of the pros and cons before we get to the closing sales pitch here. I don't make any extra money from selling. I just honestly hope you guys, if you're looking in the market for a controller, that you'll consider this one, because I had a great time with it. But here's my list of the pros and cons. No physical micro switches, so no wear and tear on your RK buttons switches, because it's optical sensor. It's a great size with the design, minimal buttons except right in the front, which doesn't take any space because it's touch based. So yeah, the size is pretty much as big as it needs to be. You can't get any smaller than this. No extra power adapter needed, unlike the other original version from his. So it's just the one USB-C to your console. It supports a Switch, PC, and PS4 right off the bat. It makes me wonder, because in the back you have a socket for the USB-C for the Switch, and then you have one for the PS4. So if I was to plug both in at the same time, could I technically perfect Megamix and Feature Tone with one controller at the exact same time? That's something I should try in the future. Touch slider is level, as you can see. No indented groove or anything. It's completely flat. And in fact, it's actually a little bit higher raised up than the metal bracket. So if you've got long nails like me, you don't have to worry about it smashing into the edge or something and cracking it. You can go ham on it. You can macro the touch panel for holds also. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. That's just an extra option. You can also, because it's optical sensors, customize the sensitivity of the buttons thanks to the optical sensor. It also comes with a little rubber feet that you can install so that it's got a good grip so it doesn't slide around. And of course the cons, does not have current support for the PS5 and skills are not included. So, how much is this going to cost you? $600? $500? Nope. $400? Nope. Just $393. Look at that. And 93 cents. Plus shipping and handling, of course, but this is in USD for $393 USD plus shipping, which is a very fair, reasonable shipping rate. I highly recommend this controller. In fact, once I have a little bit more money, I think I might buy a second one just so I can make some more videos with it. But right now, from my first impression, really enjoying it. So yeah, there you have it. Hope you guys enjoy my little review here, and have a great day. See ya.